Hello, I'm Turner, a carpenter, handy person here in Columbus. My business, Good Turner, is nearly a year old. This has been my shop. It has worked for me quite well, but it needs a little bit of work now that I'm getting busier with jobs and I really want to do some more commissions out of this space. And in order for me to be a little bit more efficient and comfortable, I really need to renovate my main work area. The first big thing I need to do is insulate my ceiling. It's currently all uninsulated. And then I'll cover that up with some OBS plywood paneling and paint that. Paint the cinder block walls, put in some built-in shelves, install a dust collection system. The windows in here are in really rough shape, and I'm going to swap out a couple of those. All of this so that I can be a little bit more comfortable come winter time, and I don't have to run my wood stove quite as hot to work in here. So I just would love for it to be a little bit more of a place that I want to come and work every morning, rather than it being kind of as chaotic as it is, because it's kind of this weird middle ground between a garage and a shop. I have things like my bikes and lawnmower and stuff that I keep in here, and what I'd really like to do is put these more towards the front of the garage, so when we want to use them, I don't have to get them all out from the back corner, so they're a little bit easier to access. Yeah, I'm hoping to do more work out of the space in the wintertime, to do carpentry commissions or do build and then installs. So I would build a lot of the things here and then install them in clients' homes. But right now, really what needs to happen is that everything in this space needs to be removed. I want to open up the ceiling a little bit more. I want it to feel lighter, a little bit more inviting in here. But yeah, really getting all the tools out of here is not going to be fun. Oh boy, I just have to get started. I really don't want to do it. It's worth it though. There's a fly. Okay, I have to do it. This little buddy had a good thing in this corner. So let's see if he leaves now that there's no more cover for him. There he is. Look at that guy. His little tunnel nest thing. So it feels good having the first coat on here, at least. Probably won't film painting the second coat, mostly just because it's the same thing. I'm hoping that it will be a little bit easier as well to put on the second coat, mostly because it's really porous. I think I used probably 4.5 gallons of paint. It feels so much brighter in here. I don't like the off-white door, so I'm gonna have to fix that. I have a lot of clients that will kind of have something mundane to do, like some drywall or painting. Sometimes they'll apologize to me, and that is very kind of them. I have to reassure them that I don't really have any like ego tied up in things. If I physically can't do a job just because I think either it's really hard for me to do it by myself or someone else might have better tools. But in general, it's nice to do these little mundane things because I think that they can add so much value to a space. And painting these walls, I feel so much better about coming in here. I was starting to not feel very, I don't know, it was just very disorganized and dark, and this space was starting to bum me out a little bit. It's also just very uncomfortable in terms terms of temperature and things like that. But yeah, this is the first steps and really feeling like, oh wow, this might be a place that I'm excited to hang out and do work in. Yep. All right. Success. I'm tired. I'm gonna go eat chicken nuggets on a salad. Time to make some shelves. Most of my tools are just sitting underneath a big tent in my backyard, and I don't like that one bit. It might be kind of weird to build shelves right now, but I kind of just want to get those things inside the shop. Luckily, it hasn't rained. Anyway. Clearly Canadian? Do you want to see me do cringe YouTube? My neighbor just came and got me a Clearly Canadian sparkling water beverage made with water from natural Canadian springs. These things are very nostalgic for me.
From the heart of Canada's wilderness comes a pure, sparkling sensation in 7 natural and wild fruit flavors. Clearly Canadian. Let the water take you there.
Anyway, I've come up with my plan. 2 feet, 2 feet, 16 inches. Otherwise, the last shelf will be too close to the rafters up here. What will be really annoying is I think I'm going to put a masonry screw every foot, because potentially these shelves will be holding quite a bit of weight, especially if I put lumber and logs and stuff like that on them. It's so annoying drilling holes in masonry. Even with a hammer drill, it sucks. It'll be 12 feet long, 16 inches deep, mostly because that's the amount that this sticks out of the cinder block wall on this side. If I don't live here anymore, someone could keep this and they wouldn't have an issue with this 1-car garage getting in and out. My floor space is very important, and I would rather have less shelving and more floor space. Also, I just don't want to accumulate a lot of things, so it's nice having a limitation of like, I just have these shelves, what I own can fit on these shelves, and if anything starts spilling outside of that, I might build more shelves, but I'd rather err on the side of I need to reduce how much I have. I'm going to put these boards up, so those will be my main supports. I have 2x4s and 1/2-inch plywood. You'll see how I'll do it as I go. I hope you all have neighbors that hook you up. Last night, he got me some Handel's ice cream. It's like this cookie dough with like salted pretzels in there. Okay, I'm excited to do it. Working by yourself is kind of weird sometimes, and you gotta get creative. I had a mask around here somewhere. I'm sorry. Here it is. Yeah, this house was built in the late 50s, so who knows what they put in these cinder blocks. Also, just not trying to breathe in 70-year-old dust. So I grew up doing this kind of stuff with my dad. He's an architect and interior designer. I grew up helping him put additions on my grandparents' house. We built a home theater. And then when I got a little bit older, like in high school, we put an addition on our house, and I actually built the room that I lived in. And along the way, I helped him build a lot of furniture and things like that. Man, he's been teaching interior design probably close to 30 years. He really takes a hands-on approach. But my dad always stressed to his students knowing how to physically build things is important. And being able to do things yourself. So I've always kind of grown up with that. I do lots of stuff I didn't know how to do growing up, and I didn't do with my dad. But it is this like, this confidence to kind of just be like, well, this is a transferable skill, and I can figure out this new thing. And yeah, pretty much have been building stuff like this most of my life, despite my other careers. I'm gonna go eat my dinner. Goodbye. Dinner time. We're back. I ate dinner. My partner made it lovingly to nourish my frail body. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I grew up with my dad making this kind of stuff. I've mentioned it a couple times. I'm a musician, but I think it like scratches a similar like creative itch to do this kind of different problem solving. Because even this, like, how do I lay out these shelves and how far apart will they be? Like, there might be a decision later on that I kind of regret making, but right now I have the need, and I need shelves to store my stuff, and I can't waffle for a million years. On the money, 2 feet. That's crazy, dude. I've really gone sicko mode with this project. It's like 7 o'clock right now on a Saturday, and that is like my motivation level to get this done. I'm just like so stoked on the space, having something nice. It's almost like entering a fugue state. I'm not sure if I like it, but I am really motivated, and I'm grateful for that. I haven't been super motivated recently, which has been okay. Been going through like a bit of a depressive episode, which isn't too fun. So I've kind of been taking it easy. I've also just been playing around a little bit with sobriety, and I think that's has something to do with my energy level. Just felt myself just kind of not being myself, not wanting to do anything. And I think it's kind of a self-fulfilling thing of having these depressive episodes and then using substances to kind of deal with that. And then during the day, you don't have energy, and then you feel weird and sad about not being able to do anything. So you cope with that the way you can with substances, and something in that cycle needed to stop. I think it is something to be cognizant of, and it has been helping. And I think that's part of the reason why I'm kind of feeling grateful to have a project like this. And, well, just feel like doing something. That's what I'm feeling grateful for. 16 minus 1, 2, 3.5. Something that's been especially helpful for me is just taking things one day at a time. I'm someone that has a hard time putting a lot of expectations on myself, and when I don't meet those expectations, I feel pretty frozen. And the long-term expectations, I think particularly for me, or maybe just humans in general, we're creatures that live now, so it's hard for me to plan things out super in the future. So just taking it one day at a time, respecting how I feel today, I've been playing around with that. Did I press record?